Welcome back. So in the last Phoenix, the goblins live in a caravan, but what I was missing was animals that pull those wagons. This alpaca and horse were drawn by a fan, which makes it really special. I want to see some of your pixel art. Join the Discord. Oh, that's pretty sick. Before I animate this, I just want to make a few tiny changes to it. I just want to smooth out that leg a little bit. Maybe something like that. And then I'm going to lengthen it. Make it look a little bit. Is this like too thick? It's like it looks a little too thick, right? I'm going to try to, I think I'm going to thin this out. I think I'm going to take away this pixel. And it'll kind of make it look like there's some chest fur on the horse. But I think there's too much black here. So I'm going to make these lines just a little bit thinner. Now that I did that though, I think I'm going to expand the chest a little bit. And then to sort of like fade this black outline, instead of just ending it with black, I think that what I can do is put brown here. Here we're already, really dark, but I think I can put brown here, and so that way it has a kind of a nicer, smoother transition. I think for the neck, I kind of want to arch it a little bit. It looks like there's an extra pixel right there. By arch it, I mean make it thinner. Make it sort of like bend more, because it looked kind of like a straight line. Now it looks like there's an Adam's apple there. So I got to get rid of that too. And so what I'm trying to do is create a bit more of a smooth line to the neck there. I like the horse's hair here, but it almost looks like it goes too far down the nose. And maybe add a little bit extra there. And I think this whole chunk can go in a little bit more, because it kind of looked like it was it was a bit tall for the horse's hair. All right, let's do something like that. All right, sweet. Into the AM reached out to me and sent me some really cool t-shirts. I like this brand because the graphic tees are so well done. The quality on them is good, but also the designs are the type of designs that everybody's gonna like. There's a coupon code in the description. So I added just a few more pixels there, so it looked like there's some finer hairs near the edge of that. Over here, I also noticed that it looks like too much black there. So I'm gonna try to remove it, but still have kind of the bend of the ear. I'm thinking something like that. And I almost want to go darker with it. I think I think something like that looks maybe even better. I think I could put a dot here for the nostril, but I don't want to emphasize it that much. So I think I'll just use that. No. I think I'll just use that color. I'm adding a bit of a gradient there to kind of give the horse more of a bend. So it looks like there's a bit more shading there. I think that maybe over here by the jaw, I don't need to have the highlight. Here I'm going to go a little bit higher. And we could have the horse's eye right here. Let me do a new layer real quick to see if I like this or not, because you don't want to hit Control Z like 20 times sometimes. But this is where we could have somewhere over here. Could be the horse's eye, but I don't know if it'd be better or not. Let's see what I can do with this. I think I'd have to move this whole thing over. Oh yeah, that's right, it's on another layer. So I think I would have to change the hair quite a bit. I'm trying to do it quickly to just find out if I like it or not, but I need to draw a bunch anyways. That could be another horse's face. Yeah, I could just make that another horse's face, but I don't know. What do you guys think? This is a hide the eye or show the eye. For this horse, I'm gonna hide the eye. I think having it look like it has a ton of long hair is kind of its theme. So I think hiding the eye is fitting. Something we can do is give this horse even more of a shine in its coat. And instead of, I think I'm gonna add color. So as you saw, I moved up, but I added more color because I don't want it to look like an old horse. And so if I stayed here, it would kind of look like I'm highlighting gray hairs, but I don't want to highlight gray hairs. I want to highlight the color of, that didn't look that good. Hold on. It looks like I might have to go a lot lighter for it to be noticeable. That's why it's good to always look in your preview. But check that out. Just a few highlights here, and it looks like there's some shimmers in the hair. I think maybe even lighter would be good. To quickly change the color of all those, you can go to contiguous and turn it off. And now if I use the fill tool and I fill this color, it changed all of them. I don't know if you could see that in a YouTube video. Here, I'll make it more obvious. Boom, all of them changed. And so now I'm going to take this highlight and I'm going to put it in a couple other places. Maybe just a tiny bit over here on the head. Just a tiny bit. And I don't really think we need to put it in too many places. So I'm just going to put it here. Nah. Here. On the tail just a little bit. All right, I think that's good enough. It makes the hair look a little like it has a little bit more form, I think. Let me pull that there. Actually, I think I should keep a lot of these highlights higher up. And then for the hair, I might even want to use black on the tips here in a few places, like the creases where the hair meets. So I'm not using it as an outline, I'm using it for shading. And so oh yeah, I like that. See, it kind of makes it look more like it's resting on the body. For that reason, I'm also gonna get rid of that highlight there and instead put these black lines here. Also, the hair here, it follows the body very much, but I want to differentiate it from the body. And these two, they're too much of a similar color. There's not enough contrast there. So I'm gonna add a little bit of black outline just right there to separate the colors a tiny bit more. And then I'm sort of just making the hair a little bit smoother up top there. There's a weird part here where it looks like the hair outline's missing. So I'm just gonna pull that up. I think we need to go for a shape like that. And then maybe we can do a little, I don't know if the ears stick out that much on a horse. I don't know if there should be shading under the ear there. It looks like a little bit like a kangaroo now or something. I think I'm gonna get rid of that shading. Yeah, that's better. I think if we shade the head even more, it'll look a lot rounder. So maybe I should even get rid of that highlight on the neck. I'm gonna try that really quick. So I got rid of the highlight and instead I'm gonna add a lot more shading. I kind of like that. I like that better because the neck is facing down, and so if the neck is facing down, the top of the horse would kind of block a lot of that light. So would the hair, and so I'm kind of using the highlight a little bit less, not everywhere. I think the hair here can have a black outline, And then we can use the color that was the outline to add even more shading. Like maybe pull it here, and that creates it makes it look more like a hair strand. Maybe even pull it all the way down. I think I'm gonna make the hair shorter here because I kind of want to follow the length, and that one piece just looked like it was a bit too long for that part. Now we exposed more of the head, and it makes the head look rounder. I could even shade it a lot more like this, and now it gave it even more of a shape. I think I'm just gonna do a tiny bit, and actually I think the hair would go a little bit higher. I want that last piece to be a short piece. So that's what I was trying to do there. Okay, now let's go to the tail. I'm gonna fix that a little bit here. This leg needs just a finished pixel outline. This hole right here looks a little bit weird to me, so I'm gonna color that in. So to move this tail, I could put it on a separate layer. That might be a smart thing. But if you hold shift while you're selecting stuff, you can, I'm using like the square select tool, you can select exactly the pixels that you need. So I think I got the whole tail here, and now if I hit Control X, I removed it, and we can make a new layer. And then Control V, I pasted it. And now that it's on a new layer, so if you grab right near the edge, that's how you move layers in Aseprite. And so now we're on the tail, and now you can see I can sort of pick a spot that I want it to be. I think we need some shading here on the horse's thigh. Let me see how it connects. All right, that's good. For the tail, I think I'm gonna remove that pixel. I think that makes it look kind of like a tail more. More like a tail. And then I think this section should be higher up, maybe like here, which will help that the tail come to a point near the bottom. And then these lines are a bit too straight, so we're gonna have to, I think having a curve right near the bottom is what would look most natural. So something like this. We want to add those curves so it looks more like hair. There we go. It's starting to look pretty good. I'm just adding some shading here at the bottom of the hair to make it look a little bit more like it's resting on the body. And I might mess around with this shading a bit more. I'm going to be doing a Kickstarter for my game pretty soon. Please click the link in the description and follow the project. So I might work on this horse a bit more, but I'll see you in the next video where we animate this.